And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. And so off the tip, it's Albuquerque. Here's Jordan. And it's blocked by Gilgeous-Alexander.
That's aggressive defense. Shea always competing on that end of the floor.
Clock at 6. Here's Cousins. And Cousins throws it down.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Gilgeous-Alexander.
At this point, finding blocks comes naturally for AD. He just anticipates and attacks the basketball.
Doris, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander has a chance to go down as one of the greatest Canadian basketball players ever.
Kevin, that is a bold statement when you consider that the great Steve Nash, 2-time MVP and one of the best passers in the history of the game, is of Canadian descent. But this guy, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, is putting together quite the resume. Let's just hope he can sustain that stardom.
Here's Cousins. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
What a luxury to have someone like DeMarcus Cousins roaming the interior and drawing defensive attention.
Irving with the ball. He's picked up by Roy. And Irving throws it down.
I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today.
Left side, Jordan. And Shaquille O'Neal pulls it down. And now the fast break, and Pete with the ball. Pass to Irving. Shoots over Cousins. It's stolen by Davis. Here's Roy. Defended by George. Davis up top. With the fadeaway. And it's Shaq with the rebound. Right side, George. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
Well, Paul George is a difficult defensive assignment precisely for this reason. He's going to force you into contact.
Stepping the line with 2 shots.
And George drops them both.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work and it pays dividends.
Michael Jordan on the wing. That one drops for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
Yeah, high percentage look for Jordan. It has every move you could ask for in the painted area.
Here's Irving. And Irving throws it down.
Beautiful reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think. Jordan can't get it to go. Right side, Irving. What a terrific move that was. Irving's got 9 points.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Now here is Smith. Still scoreless.
Well, that's a bad shot until it goes through the net.
O'Neal on the wing. Pass to Embiid. Unable to get that one. Nice D from Cousins. To the inside. Davis. And it's slammed in by Davis.
And we've seen this movie before. Davis moves with authority and attacks the rim.
Here's Irving. And And the last shot before the buzzer is off. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Albuquerque leads by 2. And the second quarter will be on the way. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And what stands out to you from Albuquerque in this one so far?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
I'll tell you, that willingness to make the extra pass, that is what creates good looks. It also forces the defense to scramble.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. Trailing by 2. Pass to Reed. Outside Thomas. Back to Reed. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Lets it go with a 3. And Tim Thomas good for 3. Thomas got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for Brooklyn. Kicks it out to Williamson. And as it goes out of bounds, Albuquerque able to keep the ball here.
Active hands from him as he's able to deflect that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
Rebound, Brooklyn. Now, here's Ball. Three-pointer. DeRozan with the rebound. And so here's Albuquerque. LaMelo Ball came in like a storm into this NBA doors, but hasn't been able to stay healthy since.
It's so true, Kevin, and that's unfortunate because the skill is apparent every time he plays. He's a game changer with his size and his playmaking. The NBA is better off because of the flair and the style he brings when he is healthy.
Near the three-point line, it's Thomas. Pass to Mikan. Outside Thomas. And stolen by Williamson. Stolen by Ball. Here's Mikan. Hasn't made one yet. Here's DeRozan. And finished off by DeRozan.
He's such an incredible defender. Duncan, so clever, and coming up there with the steal to ignite the break.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Shooting 2, Willis Reed.
And both free throws good for Reed.
This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
Westbrook with it. And no good. Excellent D there from Ball. .137 left to play here in the half. Out of bounds. It'll be Albuquerque's ball. We've got 1:23 left in the second quarter. Outside Westbrook. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. Here's Roy, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. And Brooklyn leads by 1. It's intercepted. Left side, Ball. Shot clock at 6. Tim Duncan grabs the miss. Right side, Hill. Albuquerque again can't hit it. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. They grab their own miss. Outside for Roy. Takes the 3. falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
Good to see Roy knocking it down from long range, wanting to be a bigger threat for me.
And the call will be against LaMelo Ball. That is his first foul of the game. 15 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Here's Duncan. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up. Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Oh, going high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Brooklyn ahead, up 2. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. Alexander deciding where to go with it. Over Jordan. And they cash in right away with the quick shot.
This guy is an absolute scorer from anywhere on the floor. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander doing work in the mid-range.
Here's Jordan. They get it back. On the wing, Jordan. 6 on the shot clock. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Jordan's got 7 points. Greg, as you were saying, beyond the blocks, what makes Anthony Davis special on defense is the way he navigates the floor.
Kevin, most bigs can get picked on in pick-and-roll action. Davis, though, too quick and smart to take advantage of. He can slip screens, hedge, switch, and recover like he's a 3-and-D wing.
Smith for 3. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Brooklyn leading by 5. And here's George for 3. Roy with the rebound. With his first shot attempt, Julius Erving comes up with the rebound. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for Brooklyn. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. 3-pointers off the mark. To the paint. Here's Davis. Banked in off the glass.
And Davis shoots a high percentage because he's so adept at playing to his strength. Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the 2-hand slam. Wide open look. Nice jump shot. Good. Embiid got the lead up to 7 now for Brooklyn.
Well, you love the activity out there. What a play. This guy is busy on the offensive end.
There's 1:47 left in the third. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
Martin.
So it's Brooklyn now. They lead by 7. Pippen down low. Here's Mikan. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Yeah, he just has such great command of that area of the floor. Mikan puts just as much effort into his offensive rebounding as he does at the other end.
It's Ingram on the wing. Six to shoot. From about 19 feet. Tim Duncan grabs the miss.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
Here's DeRozan. Good D by Roy. Brooklyn leading by 9. Pippen for 3. Zion Williamson grabs the miss. Duncan inside. Roy with the block. And as it goes out of bounds, Albuquerque able to keep the ball here. Now Duncan. Over Mikan. Duncan misses.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Right, he stays connected and great timing on the contest.
Outside DeRozan. Williamson outside. Shoots over Pippen. And so it's Brooklyn. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They've played the better game so far, but their work is far from over.
25.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. Albuquerque trails by 9. Outside, Jordan. From deep. Rebound, Brooklyn.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Here's the 3. Hits it from three-point range. Jordan's got the 4th quarter started here with a bucket for Albuquerque. Outside, Irving. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
A great athlete and an even better human being. It's easy to love Julius Irving. What he brings to this team and also what he brings to the community.
Albuquerque trails by 8. Jordan looking around. Down low. Here's Davis. Anthony Davis, too much size.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
And so the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last. .60 seconds off the clock here in the 4th. Knocked loose. Out of bounds. It'll be Albuquerque's ball. Three-pointer. That one, no good. Brooklyn leading by 6. Right side, O'Neal. Pass to Irving. Six on the shot clock. From the top of the key. Cloak loose. Albuquerque trails by 6. On up the court. And it's slammed in by Davis.
Yeah, and this is what happens when you have a scorer like Jordan on the floor. He attracts all that attention defensively, leaving guys wide open.
And that one's good, Irving. And so here's Albuquerque. Jordan with it. He's picked up by Gilgeous-Alexander. A nice shot by Roy.
Oh, a great score. Roy just waiting for his moment.
Here's Irving. Drives to the hoop. A stupendous finish in traffic. Irving's got 6 here in this quarter. Jordan outside. Traps in the tray. Jordan's got a pair of 3s here in the 4th quarter for Albuquerque.
Such a clutch shooter. This guy lives for these kinds of moments and delivers.
Outside Irving. Shot clock at 6. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. From the arc. Good on the triple. Duncan's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
How about the concentration from Duncan? Doesn't budge, even in the biggest of moments.
Here's Jordan. Pass to Davis. Over Duncan. It's in! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Go get it, big fella. A basket they needed desperately, and Davis delivers in the clutch.
43 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. Irving from long range. The rebound by Jordan.
Points are an absolute must here.
And no time to waste. Not at this point in the game.
To the middle. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
And an intentional foul right there. He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
2-possession game now. I mean, those were really important foul shots.
And they go to the intentional foul. Quit on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game.
Well, you like when a guy calmly steps up, knocks down the free throws, exactly what you want.
Tries again. Cousins. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on Shaq. So the first one drops, and that turns the lead to 6. And so DeMarcus Cousins nails both of them. 9 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. And he commits the intentional foul. Gets the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 7-point game. Poked away. And so the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. And that's an intentional foul.
And you can see where they're coming from by fouling to stop the clock, but really they're just kidding themselves.
At the line for your home team.
First free throw is good, and that stretches their lead to 8. And so he drops them both. It's a 9-point ball game.
Well, this trip to the line should seal the deal. Amazing job.
And so it's Brooklyn with the win. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. I think they built off that edge.
Hey everybody, we're coming to you live on 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. Hello basketball fans, Brian Anderson here, courtside with Doris Burke and Grant Hill. Our reporter is Allie LaForce. And here's Doncic. Let's go with a three. And that one hits the back iron. And Brooklyn with possession here. And Doris, you talk about a guy who forces you to play at his pace. That's Luka Doncic.
Oh, my goodness, B.A., there's no question. He's got tremendous patience. He's in complete command of the tempo of the game. But maybe my favorite aspect is how he manipulates the game to get defenders off balance.
Paul George pulls it in. And so it's George with it. He brings it up for Brooklyn. Irving is doubled. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Right side, Irving. Lets it go from deep. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
A nice shot by Smith.
It's one of the best things about playing with Luka Doncic. He creates a lot of open looks.
Right side, Irving. Shakes him. Smith with the rebound. Here's Bird. Brooklyn pulls it in. Oh, got a piece of it. In transition. Oh, there's the alley. Beyond the arc. Sinks it from distance.
Now, Luka, just a preternatural gift for finding the open man. What a pass.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. O'Neal on the wing.
Home team foul. First personal foul. First team foul. Coming onto the floor for your home team.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Clock at 6.
2 minutes remaining.
Here's Irving. Money from 17 feet out. Irving's got 5.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially. Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
On the wing, Irving. 5 points in the game. Pass to Embiid. It's stolen by Ingram. And they're pushing it up. From deep, here's Doncic. And it's Irving with a rebound. Brooklyn trails by 3. That shot is good by O'Neal.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Doncic, good.
Wow, quick trigger from Luka. Ready on the catch to release and fire.
They get the rebound. Now here's O'Neal. Shot clock at 5. It's scooped up. Outside for Irving. This one for 3. That one doesn't go. He's just 2 for 5.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot. Just such a terrific dunker.
Man, born to fly, that's for sure. Brooklyn trails by 5. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Harrington. Here's Bird. He's got 5. For 3. Brooklyn pulls it in. Right side, Irving. 3-pointer. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Up by 5. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for Brooklyn. Trailing by 5.
Using his size to full advantage. He beats everyone to the ball.
And given LaMelo Ball is 6'7", how does this give him an advantage at his position, Greg?
Well, B.A., he's able to score on smaller guards as well as see over them and find his teammates. His height and quick decision-making are real weapons.
From 15 feet away, and it's Ginobili with a rebound. Outside, Green. Ooh, and Adams, strong finish.
Make no mistake, an intimidating 7-footer, Steven Adams gets the space he needs and finishes with ease.
Here's Ball. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Well, Doris, one thing about LaMelo Ball, not many true point guards walking around at 6'7".
The BA, the length of a forward, and yet one of the most prolific playmakers in the game today. That gives a coach a lot of versatility and options with one individual player.
Here's Ginobili. Outside, Green. There's the triple. Oh, Jalen Green with the sweet stroke.
Yeah, and Green has tons of confidence in his three-point shot, and it was on display right there as he knocked it down.
Here's Roy. Brooklyn, no good that time either. From deep. Brooklyn pulls it in.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot, but better luck next time, maybe.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Inside, Embiid. Rebounded by Green. Here we go, one-on-one. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
And sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here, hanging up there like that. There's Ball with a three. That won't go for him. Now 0 for 2. 1:52 left in the second quarter. Throws it up high. And it's slammed in by Adams.
Well, the New Zealander shows a little hops on the alley-oop.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Here's Roy. He's scoreless. Just 4 to shoot. Looking to win the run. Adams grabs the miss. Pass to Ingram. From the arc. Roy pulls it in. Brooklyn trails by 11. Deflects the pass. Here's Ingram. And that's good. Off the glass that time. Ingram's got his first basket.
This guy plays with such confidence and ability to score in a variety of ways. Nice.
Now Reed. The layup off target.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
And that one's good. Green.
I love it. What concentration. Green taking the contact well and converting with confidence.
Now here's Ingram. Tries again. Pass to Roy. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Offensive rebound. Back to Embiid. Ingram on the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Oh, the swat by Adams. And we finished off one half of play. Up by 11. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
12.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. The drive by Shea. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Boy, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander just slicing his way inside. No doubt on the finish.
And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense, his elite drive and kick ability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
Brooklyn trails by 11. Oh, Robinson with a block. And they get it back. Here's Thomas. Second shot opportunity. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
And both free throws good for Thomas.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
Oh, got that bucket in no time at all. Ingram's got 5 now.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Roy. George outside. They double team George. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Second chance shot. Pulled the shot a little left. The bounce goes his way, though. And here's Doncic. 5 points in the game. Puts up a 3. Roy pulls it in. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. A 12-point game. To the inside. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Tipped away. The 3 is up. Up again.
The effort, the position, the timing, all there.
And add instincts to that. He can sense where the rebound's going to go. The home team calls timeout.
And something fans don't always get to see, some of the closely guarded secrets that happen in that huddle.
It's tough to hide your communications. Teams go to great lengths to try to do it, but sometimes to no avail.
They put together a solid lead.
And it doesn't seem like they're going to back off.
Here's Doncic. The rebound by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And Brooklyn with possession here. Thomas outside. Here's the 3. He can't hit that time.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Robinson. And a big finish by Robinson.
His playmaking is something to watch. Threading that pass right in there.
In 2024, Luka Doncic recorded 6 consecutive 30-point triple-double games.
That's right, B.A. The first time anyone has done it in NBA history. So if you didn't already believe in Luka magic, well, there's some proof that the magic is real.
Brooklyn trails by 14. "51 seconds left in the third quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. 6 on the shot clock. Fires away from way outside. That one doesn't drop.
If you're looking for ways to help your team, that's last on the list.
And funny thing is, if that doesn't get you benched, I have no idea what would.
That one goes in.
Well, coaches might discourage that kind of look, but he'll take it anyway.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Doncic. Puts up a deep 3. It's rebounded by George. And as it goes out of bounds, Brooklyn able to keep possession.
You see his active hands knocking that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits. It may be difficult to overcome. Up by 16. And when we return, we'll... And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works, or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. Down low. Here's Green. And it's hammered home by Green.
What hops from Green, going up high and taking it right to the hoop.
Offensive board. Here's O'Neal. Ooh, excellent D there from Smith. Here's Bird. It's rebounded by George. Brooklyn trails by 18. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And the three off target. Here's Bird. Right wing. Here's Ginobili. 6 to shoot. Now Green. Knocks down the triple. Green's got 5 points now this quarter.
You love the confidence Green has. He wastes no time going up with the shot. Doing what he can to help shrink the deficit, but it has to be a team effort.
The home team calls timeout.
Substitution on the court.
Fantastic ball movement for them tonight.
And things are definitely working offensively. A balanced attack is just so much harder to defend. Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Doncic feeling it out a bit. Pass to Bird. Back to Doncic. Fires for three. Bird, that's good.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead. Well, you're trying to answer the three, but you force up a shot that he would have been better off passing up.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. Here he goes. That one no good. Ooh, excellent D there from Smith. The home team calls timeout. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth now. Lets the three fly. Brooklyn pulls it in.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Here's Bird. That three's off the mark. Pass to George. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
This is a case where it's just the pure strength of Paul George, able to fight through contact so well on these shots.
Paul George.
They are blowing this one open.
Maybe the only question is how big will this lead grow?
And it's Green missing. Brooklyn with the ball. George drives in. Thomas outside. Fires the three. He's off on that one. Just over 2.5 minutes played now. Final quarter of regulation. Green with the ball. Picked up by Embiid. Bird, that's good.
And that's just an all-around talent there. I mean, Green is dependable at finding his open teammates. And even losing big, you have to maintain composure if you want to avoid embarrassment.
Pass to Bird. Back to Green. Fires from deep. And his fifth basket. Now 5 for 8. Looking comfortable out there.
Coming down the stretch, they've leaned on the perimeter game.
Boy, the three-point arc has been a major factor in what they've done here tonight. You love the aggressiveness.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Rebounded by Ingram.
trying to find his shot. But at some point, you have to start making these.
Green for three. Joel Embiid with the board.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Gets the three ball to go.
And we know Embiid has this kind of touch from deep. Nice triple.
Here's Bird. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Ingram.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Fires from the corner. Doesn't go for him. They've got a commanding lead.
It just seems like everything is going their way.
Out to the right wing. The putback. Can't get the putback. So the home crowd happy here as they get the victory. Showing that they're the far superior team. They win it going away.
I'll tell you what. Give it up for their fans. They love to watch this team dominate. You best believe they're all going home happy.
The NBA on 2K Sports welcomes you to Wednesday afternoon basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And reporting from the sidelines all game long, we've got David Aldridge.
Here we go.
So New York wins the tip. Cunningham outside. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
All right, fans, it's dance time. Get ready to dance like everyone's watching. You must select your dancing shoes at home. You're up. Let's hear it for all the dancers. Checking in for the away team, number 99.
And here's Brooklyn. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. And on the way from Irving for three. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side. But when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. But people in the know how good of a defender he is.
And you can see that backcourt just setting the tone for the entire team.
From deep. And Cade Cunningham with the three.
A revenge bucket right there. Cunningham making up for the 3 points at the other end.
Out of bounds, New York takes possession. And now, just over a minute played here in the first. Pass to Markkanen. And a miss there on the triple. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Markkanen. Tatum on the wing. Takes a three. It's hauled in by Duncan. Here's Irving. And then Irving slams it in.
And you love the quick ups, but then how about that explosiveness on the finish? Irving, and he just has incredible gifts.
That may be not the highest percentage of looks right there, but look, you can't argue with results, I guess.
Irving with the ball. 5 points in the game. Clock at 6. Here's Duncan. Davis with some nice D.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Tatum's shot is off. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for Brooklyn. It's a three-point game.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Cunningham's shot is off. Here's Duncan. And yes, it's good.
And Duncan just superb when he gets in close to the basket. Has a number of moves to choose from, and that soft, delicate touch near the rim.
He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does. And that's when they say you can't teach tall. This is where size helps you. Owning those rebounds on the defensive end.
Outside Irving. Wide open look. It's Cunningham with the rebound. New York trails by 4. Launches a three. The shot off that time. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Here's George. He takes it in. And it's George finishing it off.
Punishing the rim there. When George makes up his mind he's going to dunk it, there is not much you can do.
Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Tries again. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Brooklyn ahead, up by 3. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And rebounding numbers, sometimes we overlook them, but they can have a big effect on the outcome.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. Brooklyn leading by 3. Paul with a wide open look. Connects from three-point range.
3 points.
Ball's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for Brooklyn. One thing about LaMelo Ball, he can really take over at times, Greg, when he's healthy and playing well.
And a lot of that is just his feel for the game. He processes quickly and then has the talent to execute. It's pretty hard to stop him when he's in the flow.
From outside, off the mark. And it's the Knicks with the ball. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Not stopping that. Gobert from there is right around 100%.
O'Neal. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Pass to DeRozan, and taken away by Roy.
Good instincts to read the path and get in a position to pick it off.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
Here's Washington. Back to Suggs. He doesn't hit that one. It's Thomas on the wing. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
Got a piece of it. Ball feeling it out a bit. Just 5 on the clock. The 3 ball. It's rebounded by New York.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Here's Wallace. New York, no good that time either. Brooklyn leading by 10. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Screen by O'Neal. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeMar DeRozan. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul. Checking in for your home team, Jason Tatum.
1:35 left to play here in the second quarter. Here's New York. From outside the arc, sinks the three-pointer. Ellis has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for New York.
Nice pass by Markkanen. He knows it's better to give it up than force his own shot.
And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Brooklyn.
Showing their energy so far, sprinting up and down the floor, getting out in transition and taking advantage.
On top of that, they're creating turnovers and taking advantage by converting on the offensive end.
And it's a luxury to have a great shooter like him at the line. Very rarely see a miss.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. Here's Turner. Three-pointer. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start. 2 for 2.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
Here's Shaq. And Shaq with the slam.
The strength of O'Neal is otherworldly.
Cunningham with it. He's picked up by Roy. Back to Turner. Cunningham looking it over. The 3 from Tatum. And Shaquille O'Neal pulls it down. Brooklyn leading by 8. It's Thomas on the wing. To the right side. Here's Ball. And Ball slams it in.
Get up, LaMelo. These Ball brothers can block.
And Markkanen throws it down.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Count that bucket. Ball's got the lead up to 10 now for Brooklyn.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
And it's because they're not playing in a rush. They're just letting their shots come naturally within the flow of the offense.
And so it's Brooklyn going into the break with a 10-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander over Suggs. Outside for Roy. Looks for Thomas, gets it to him. The three. Knicks with the rebound. Here's DeRozan. The shot from the low post is good. DeRozan's got his first basket.
Double D has that soft touch, and it serves him well on that interior.
Suggs with the ball. Now Thomas defending. And Embiid with the block. Lets the three fly. And again, no good by Brooklyn. It's Gobert with the ball for New York. Trailing here by 8.
And you know, guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes everything for everyone on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. His presence alone propels him.
Left side, DeRozan. Pass to Washington. Suggs looking around. New York, no good that time either. Brooklyn leading by 8. It's Thomas on the wing. Outside Roy. This one for 3. Wallace with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And the Knicks miss again. Outside Thomas. Lets it go from deep. Drops in the tray. Thomas got 5 now.
This is that modern big man play. Tall guys who are comfortable draining shots from deep.
New York calls timeout. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Outside, Markkanen. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. 5 points in the game.
And early on, Markkanen has demonstrated how efficient he is from that range. Have to run him off the line.
Here's Pippen. It's good. And Brooklyn leads by 10.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they got to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
And how about the aggressiveness from Cunningham? Reading the defense and then just punishing them with that pull-up.
Pass to Duncan. Lets it go from the wing. The Knicks pull it in.
See, that miss right there, it's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
Cunningham. And Cunningham with the slam.
And the challenge defensively is to find Cunningham at all 3 levels. He can beat you at the rim. He can beat you from 30 feet out and everything in between.
New York trails by 5. Like everything they're doing is working right now.
Good run they have going right now. The momentum is huge.
Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Here's Pippen. And it's Pippen with the jam.
Nice drive by Pippen there. Terrific at just finding his way to the rim.
And the basket by Tatum.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up, oh yeah, you're done.
Right side, Pippen. Pass to Duncan. Outside, Irving. And here's Pippen. Kept alive. Outside for George. From downtown. That one, no good. Turner for three. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. The third quarter comes to a close. Brooklyn leads by 4. And we're coming.
38.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Here's Wallace. Lays it up off the glass.
Vital basket there. This is just the time and really just the situation when he looks to take over.
Pippen outside. Goes up from the top of the key. New York trailing. Over in the corner, Ellis. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for Brooklyn. They've led by as many as 11 points. They are right on the brink of taking the lead.
This is an absolutely critical juncture in this game. And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
Yeah, and such a clutch shooter. I mean, he lives with a big shot. And when he's rolling like this, watch out.
And it's Irving missing. Knicks on offense. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. To take the lead, Wallace, good. Now it's a 3-point Knicks lead.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
Boy, does he stun the crowd by answering right back with that triple to get the game back to even.
The Knicks call time.
If you see yourself on this team, then you know what to do.
The latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
I was able to listen in on what Rudy Tomjanovich went over with his team. Now, Coach told his guys it's not over until it's over. He asked them to stay sharp out there and to keep fighting. If we lose this, it's on us, he said. Back to you guys.
All right, David, thanks. 2 points. That one goes.
It's a tall challenge trying to contain Shaq, especially when he's operating close to the basket.
Pass to Tatum. Here goes Tatum. And slam dunk by Tatum.
And this is exactly who Tatum is. Someone who doesn't back down from taking the big shots.
1:36 left in the fourth. And Shaq with the slam.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Right side, O'Neal. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. .114 left in the fourth quarter. And the officials have called the illegal screen right there.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
And here is Markkanen. Reed covering. Deflects the pass. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. There's 47 seconds left to play in the final quarter. So it's the Knicks now. A 2-point game. And here's Tatum for three. Ingram with the steal. O'Neal drives in. Markkanen pulls it in.
Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
Pretty much they have to be perfect the rest of the way. That puts tremendous pressure on your offense.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
16 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And he commits the intentional foul.
Second team foul.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ballgame.
Well, they wanted every last one of those, and he delivered, making it a two-possession game.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 4. What do you think Coach's focus is going to be here?
Yeah, trying to get back in this thing, they need a score.
Yeah, it has to be fast. They got to take the first good look they get.
Yes,
15 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
Third personal foul. 13.
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5.
And when I look at Ingram's length and skill set, he reminds me a little of Tayshaun Prince, as well as Kevin Durant. Boy, he has a high ceiling.
It's money from deep. And now we've got the intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 4-point ballgame.
Cool, calm, and collected. Say that 3 times fast. He makes them all and puts this game away.
And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. We appreciate you tuning in tonight. So long.
From everyone here at 2K, thanks for joining us. We've got a Wednesday afternoon edition of the NBA for you. Brian Anderson with you, Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill joining us tonight, along with the fourth member of our team, Allie LaForce.
Here we go.
So it's Columbus now. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Fires the three. O'Neal pulls it in. Irving for three. Can't hit that one. And so it's Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He brings it up for Columbus. Wing shot on the way. The three is up. Buries it from three.
No, that's an opportunistic three-point shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He liked the look of it.
On the wing, Irving. Three-pointer. Tries again. And that's 2 points on the layup.
Well, you love the persistence on the offensive glass. All about effort right now.
Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing. And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense, his elite drive and kickability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or a spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
To the wing, right side. It's stolen by Irving. Intercepted. Gilgeous-Alexander feeling it out a bit. And once again, off the mark by Columbus.
And that closeout certainly made a difference.
Well, no question, he altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
Reed with it. Guarded now by George. Here's McGrady. Fires from deep. Gets the three to fall.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
For three, Hardaway. And Reed pulls it down. And here's Columbus now. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 points.
Well, you just get to your spot and rise and fire. The confident pull-up from Mr. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played so far. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. That's good. And so Durant with the assist. Give him 8 points now.
Well, that's a quick strike from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. In catch-and-shoot situations, those scoring instincts are right on point.
Columbus foul call. Brandon Roy. First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Hardaway. Pass to Irving. To halt the run.
Yeah, you have to have awareness and focus. Gilgeous-Alexander looking to make an impact defensively.
Boy, can't get it to go. Brooklyn trails by 6. Oh, denied by Durant. Here's Embiid, guarded by Reed. Left side, Irving. Brooklyn, no good that time either.
This has not been his best quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Give him 8. Hits the trifecta.
Come on, man. If SGA is hitting that, it's good night.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Substitution for Columbus. Tracy McGrady. Stephen Curry.
From deep. And Columbus, another three.
They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
What a performance for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He has been the story for Columbus. 11 points in the quarter. He's on fire. All right, we'll get back. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for Columbus.
Well, they found a groove, and it's from distance, so knocking them down from the three-point land never hurts.
And the other thing I love, how they're making the extra pass. They're not settling for the first shot. They're going from good to great.
And here's Ingram outside. Here's Embiid. Good D by Jokic. Columbus leading by 12. The three from Curry. Joel Embiid pulls it down. And Grant, I know you played a part in Embiid's decision to join Team USA.
Yeah, B.A., I spent a lot of time talking to Joel Embiid and convincing him to play for us and the U.S. men's national team.
Here's Thomas. Good. And the assist to Embiid. Thomas has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
On defense, the visiting team. They trail by 9. The three from Curry. Oh, Curry stretching the limits. Wow, what a shot.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
And we played just over a minute of basketball in the second quarter. Launches it. Brooklyn pulls it in.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Here's Roy. And it's all from three-point range. Columbus leading by 12. It's stolen by Ingram. They've got numbers. Takes a three. Roy's shot is good. Roy's gotten himself on the board with a three there.
Opportunistic basketball. Gets a great look at the three in transition.
And here's Curry for three. He buries it from three.
Ideally, you want to chase Stephen Curry off the three-point line, but folks, it is not as easy as you might think.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot two.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
These are his first free throws of the game.
What you love about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is this young man's work ethic. He is a gym rat who's always looking for ways to improve.
That's what he does. Rock solid at the line.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. And Columbus, another three.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
And I think the defender knows once he gets cooking, look out. The bucket looks awfully big to him right now. What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
Williamson for three. A three. Williamson.
Rarely do we see threes out of Williamson, but when we do, he hits at a decent clip.
Roy's shot is good.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Well, he's attacking, he's forcing the issue, and that's simply stated a terrific play.
And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul. And Columbus making a change here.
Into the lineup for Columbus.
Gilgeous-Alexander up top. He's got 14.
You have to be aware of Embiid at all times. He's an outstanding shot blocker.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. That's tipped. Oh, Durant with a steal. From downtown. And it's Thomas with the rebound. Brooklyn trails by 11. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. From outside the arc. The rebound by Duncan.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Fires in the triple.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity levels.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Oh, Embiid packs it down.
The Embiid can throw it down from anywhere. So much power for the big fella.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Ingram on the wing. And so it's Columbus going into the break up 12. Defense is setting the tone. And more NBA action on 2K. Sports coming your way right after this. From everyone here at 2K, thanks for joining us. We've got a Wednesday afternoon edition of the NBA for you. Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson, alongside Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. Our reporter is Allie LaForce. Here we go. And Brooklyn with possession here. Doncic outside. Oh, it's blocked by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Impeccable defense from Gilgeous-Alexander. For a guard, he blocks a fair amount of shots.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And he can't jam it through.
Tell you what, he does not miss many of those. He's usually a very strong finisher in tight.
And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense, his elite drive and kickability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Wing shot on the way, and the jumper falls for him.
I'll tell you, that jumper from Gilgeous-Alexander is smooth and under control.
Here's James. Outside O'Neal. We've played just over a minute here in the first. To the wing, right side. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
All too easy for Duncan there. Feels like he can take these shots whenever he wants to.
James attacking. Gets it to go. That makes him 2 for 3 in this game.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Out of bounds. It'll be Brooklyn's ball. Now here's Doncic. Pass to James. Back to Doncic. From the arc. Brooklyn pulls it in.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
And Luka Doncic is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. We've got 1:55 left in the first quarter of the game.
Great reflexes to get a hand on that pass and go the other way with it.
And it's Antetokounmpo with a miss.
Ooh, old school right there. No easy buckets. It's a little too early to be over the limit. They need to keep a close eye on their foul situation.
Brooklyn shooting their initial free throws of the game here.
There's so much that's impressive about Duncan, but I think the most impressive thing is how fundamentally sound he is.
And the big fella with the skill level, showing a soft touch at the line.
Smith outside. Shoots a fadeaway. Brooklyn, no good that time either. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
There's that man, Gilgeous-Alexander. So tough to contend with his quickness.
And he's good on the second. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes play. Jokic with it. Pass to Banchero. And there's the rejection. On the wing, Irving. Launches it from deep. Offensive rebound. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Clock at 6. Tries again. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Smith outside. Pass to Stoudemire. Mitchell feeling it out a bit. And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Mitchell. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
Irving for 3.
That's what you need your bigs to do. Step up and control the defensive glass.
And at the end of 1, a closely contested game so far. Brooklyn out in front, leading by a point. And the second quarter... And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Brooklyn.
It's simple. When you can protect the rim the way they have, it's a big advantage.
Yeah, you know, you have a guy in there blocking a bunch of shots or multiple players blocking shots. It causes the offense to think twice when they go up for shots in there.
Timeout called. Brooklyn. Brooklyn with the ball. Hardaway from outside. Nikola Jokic grabs the miss. And Brooklyn with possession here. They trail by 1. And while Nikola Jokic has lots of years left in this league, he's already an all-time great, Grant.
You know, B.A., not many guys have won multiple MVPs and a title. But Jokic has already accomplished so much. And with his size and skill set, Jokic can be elite for a long time and add to that impressive resume.
Pass to Smith. Now here's Jokic with the 7-footer. Pulls up. A chance there to take the lead, but a miss. Stolen by Mitchell.
On team foul. George Michael. First personal foul. First team foul.
And we're now about a minute into this second quarter of play. And he drives in.
Now, the shooters get nervous when Embiid is nearby. Exceptional at contesting any shot within his reach, and even some that look like they're out of his reach.
Crafty move. Here's Roy. Jokic grabs the board. To the inside. Oh, George with a steal. Lets it go from the wing. Kicks it out to Hardaway. Good. And the assist to Embiid. Hardaway's gotten his first points in this one.
Offense has been hard to come by so far. A much-needed bucket right there.
Yeah, it's been a defensive battle, to say the least, partner. Good to see at least somebody got the ball in the basket. Finally.
Pass to Smith.
First personal foul. Team second.
The home team on D. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter.
Yeah, Mitchell can get this mid-range look lined up. He's a very skilled shooter.
Oh, Jokic with a block. And it's Smith penetrating. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
Oh, save that for the dunk contest. That flush was so extra.
Whether or not this game is close, he's the same guy, focused on finishing firm at the rim.
Well, I tell you what, guys, the young kids like to say, that's doing too much. That falls into that category. That was too much.
To the middle. Here's Embiid. Kicks it out to Hardaway. Takes it inside. It's hauled in by Nikola Jokic. Brooklyn leading by 3. Outside Mitchell. .107 left in the second. Fires from the wing. That one doesn't go. He's just 2 for 5.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
Brooklyn, no good that time either. For 3, Smith drains the triple. Smith's got 5.
I think this is J.R. Smith at his very best. Outstanding at capitalizing on the catch-and-shoot opportunity.
Here's Roy. No good. Unable to win this run. To the paint. Jokic, no good.
That's their plan, to get him an opportunity to finish in tight. That's a miss they can live with.
George with the bucket.
You've got to be alert to where George is out on that perimeter, because that jumper of his has become dangerous.
Shot clock and game clock. 1 second differential. Pass to Jokic. Outside Mitchell. 6 to shoot. Up and over Hardaway. And it's good. Off the back of the rim and in. He has 6.
You know, the defense has to be better. I mean, you can't give up that look.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Brooklyn out in front, up 5. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. Brooklyn trails by 5. Down low. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Boy, an immovable, unstoppable force around the rim. You don't want to be on the receiving end of a Shaq attack.
Doncic outside. Inside. Antetokounmpo. The short one's on the money. And Brooklyn leads by 5.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
In 2024, Luka Doncic recorded 6 consecutive 30-point triple-double games.
That's right, B.A. The first time anyone has done it in NBA history. So if you didn't already believe in Luka magic, well, there's some proof that the magic is real.
I think what you most appreciate about Pippen, at least I do, is his versatility. I mean, he scores it, he rebounds, he passes, and he defends at a really high level.
Kicks it to Doncic. Screen by Antetokounmpo. From downtown. Back to Doncic. Just 5 on the clock. 4-3. Shoots. And it's Antetokounmpo with a miss.
It can be tough to find space in the mid-range area. Probably should have passed that one up.
Out of bounds. It'll be Brooklyn's ball. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Brooklyn. 3-point lead. Outside Ingram. Screen by Antetokounmpo. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
Ingram putting that 7'3" wingspan to good use.
And here's Ingram outside. He drops it from range. Ingram's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
A total defensive collapse. I mean, no reason to allow him that kind of space from behind the arc.
No good. A bit long that time. Brooklyn with the ball. 2-point game.
Oh, I like that pass from O'Neal. He's got a great feel for the game.
And here's Doncic. Yet to see a basket. Screen by Antetokounmpo. Here's Ingram. Good on the bucket. And Brooklyn leads by 2.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Ingram double team. Here's Reed. Pass to O'Neal. And he bangs it home with one hand.
This is where Shaq does his best work. So dangerous in tight because he's dominant close to the basket.
James. And it's rejected. Here's Thomas for 3. Brooklyn pulls it in. James outside. Here's Antetokounmpo. James outside. Back to Antetokounmpo. Screen by Antetokounmpo. From the elbow. Oh! Don't let Giannis in!
How about using that 7'3" wingspan of his to gobble up offensive boards? Antetokounmpo making it happen on the glass.
1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Pippen. Releases. Outside for Ingram. And he misses the go-ahead basket. We're at the end of the third quarter, and we've still got a close one. Brooklyn out in front. They lead by a bucket. And we're coming back in just a moment. And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Now Mitchell. Lets it fly. And it's Irving with a rebound.
And the defense gets bailed out by the miss. He usually converts that.
To take the lead. Brooklyn pulls it in. Here's Mitchell. Pass to Bird. Shot clock at 5. Let's go with a 3. Gets the 3 to fall. Bird's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
You know, it's interesting the way Bird shoots the basketball. Angles his body instead of squaring up most times, but the results are remarkable and unquestionably good.
Pass to Jokic. Look at Jokic going to work inside. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for Brooklyn?
Their defensive intensity has served them well. It kept the offense scrambling and resulted in several steals.
They've been pounding any miss on the glass and cashing in on the offensive boards. I've been impressed with that aspect of their game.
Brooklyn leading by 7. Outside Mitchell. Rebounded by Ingram. And Brooklyn with possession here. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
What a sweet jumper that was. Great J from Dr. J.
Outside Mitchell. A minute 58 left in the fourth. Here's Bird. Pass to Robinson. Excellent D there from Reed. Here's Irving. Got a piece of it. Now here's Jokic. Outside Mitchell. The 3 ball. The shot is good on the assist by Jokic. And Brooklyn leads by 8.
Mitchell has everything, including that 3-point shot.
Here's Irving. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Smith inside. Pass to Robinson. Back to Smith. Robinson with it. Guarded by Reed. Robinson in the post. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Hardaway with it. Lets it go from deep. Jokic grabs the board.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Outside Robinson. And a big finish by Robinson.
Should just about do it. Big time shot in the final stretches here.
And they deserve it. They deserve to celebrate a dominant performance in what's going to be a blowout win.
And that one misses.
Well, you can just tell the guys on his team look up to Robinson out on the floor. I mean, he's got such leadership qualities, and that's exactly what you want from your best player, a guy who can really galvanize the troops because they respect him so much.
3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Wade to the paint. Outside Robinson. Here's Bird. Shot clock at 6. And a big finish by Robinson. So we see Brooklyn get the win here. Boy, a nice win on the road. By the time this one was winding down, this building was stone cold silent.
And that's exactly what you got to do. You have to try to take the crowd out of it.
And From everyone here at 2K, thanks for joining us. We've got a Wednesday afternoon edition of the NBA for you. And tonight, it'll be Virginia Beach going up against Brooklyn. This is Brian Anderson with Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. And giving us the rundown from the sidelines, reporter Allie LaForce. And Brooklyn with possession here to the middle. That shot is good by O'Neal.
This is where you let O'Neal eat. Actually feast. Feed him inside, and you'll get paid off for it.
Shot is good by Edwards.
High percentage look right off the bat.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Got a piece of it. Tries it from 19. Not enough on that one as it misses. And here's Edwards outside. Fires in the triple. Edwards got 5 now.
You know, Edwards is still tweaking his three-point shot, but it sure looked good there.
Pass to O'Neal. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Westbrook. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Roy can't get it to go.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense, his elite drive and kick ability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or a spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
And so it's Westbrook who will bring it up for Virginia Beach. It's a three-point game. And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul. And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That'll be a second foul of the game. Westbrook taking his time here. Pass to Reed. Back to Westbrook. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Duncan. He's covered by O'Neal. A nice shot by Duncan.
All too easy for Duncan there. Feels like he can take these shots whenever he wants to.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside Irving to the paint. Here's Duncan. And no good. The dry spell continues. And Virginia Beach with possession. Back to Westbrook. Beyond the arc. Here's Roy. Pure from three-point range.
One of Roy's specialties is the catch and shoot. Outstanding in that regard.
Brooklyn making a switch here.
First team. Into the lineup for your home team. Number 1.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Virginia Beach leading by 8. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Now here's O'Neal. Thomas outside. Just 5 on the clock. Here's O'Neal. Picked his pocket. Out to the wing. Pass to Duncan. And he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Nails it from 3. Edwards has got 8.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
They get it back. Outside for Irving. To win the drought. And that's off the glass and in.
He does not lack for confidence. And he shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
And so it's Virginia Beach in command with a 13-point lead at the end of the quarter. They hold a real solid lead right now. Love their approach tonight. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for Virginia Beach.
They've made an effort to get out and run, using their speed in transition and scoring before the defense can get set.
You know, another point I'd like to add is that they've had tremendous success early on converting turnovers and turning those into points.
Now here's Curry. Fires the 3. Sinks the tray. Curry's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
It looks easy, effortless. Curry, natural from long range.
Hardaway, no good. Virginia Beach leading by 16. Right side Curry. Jacks up a 3. O'Neal pulls it in.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's the shot he typically makes.
For 3, Hardaway. Rebounded by Virginia Beach. Zion Williamson seems intent on silencing all the doubters moving forward, Graham.
Yeah, B.A., he's not taking any more questions about conditioning. His physicality and play really answer that question now. He has been looking better than ever.
Embiid is unstoppable, just too strong for the defense, no matter what they throw at him.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. The free throw drops for Embiid. Starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Here's Pippen. No points yet. Clock at 6. Pulls it from the corner. Shot is good. Off the back rim and in. Here's Curry. 17-point game. Driving inside. Launches it. Hardaway grabs the board. Here's Pippen. Off target with the 3. Virginia Beach leading by 17. Out of bounds. It'll be Brooklyn's ball. And so George will bring it up for Brooklyn.
Away team foul. Grant Hill. First personal foul. First team foul.
Quarter 2 and about 2 minutes in. Up top Reed. Pass to George. 6 to shoot. From deep. The rebound by Embiid. Boy, Grant, it's obvious who's been in control of this game.
You know, you really have to appreciate their relentlessness.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Williamson. .144 left in the second period. Hardaway from outside. Rebounded by Virginia Beach. On the wing, Curry. Williamson outside. Here's the three. And it's Stephen Curry with the three. Curry's got 6.
And the shooting mechanics of Curry, they are as pure as anybody who's ever played. He's such a dangerous shooter and scorer.
Pass to Pippen. And that's a foul called on Stephen Curry. That's his first foul of the game.
2 seconds.
And here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. The three. Brooklyn, no good that time either. Virginia Beach leading by 20. Inside. Pass to Wade. The kick out. Curry. Lets it fly. And Reed pulls it down. Outside Hardaway. From downtown. Joel Embiid pulls it down.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on him.
Pass to Hill from behind the arc. No good. And here's Reed. And so it's Virginia Beach continuing to pile it on, up 22 as we head to the break. It hasn't taken them too many shots to get their points. They're winning with efficiency. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Virginia Beach calls timeout. Virginia Beach leading by 22. Outside Edwards. Three-pointer. Brooklyn pulls it in.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
And Anthony Edwards has stated that his goal is to ultimately surpass Michael Jordan.
Hey, look, that is a lofty goal to run after. I don't know if he'll catch it, but I like the fact that he's ambitious enough and confident enough to put it out there. His ability speaks for itself. This guy's a star already, and his star continues to shine. His work ethic and confidence give me belief that he's going to have a chance to at least get close to that. We know about 25 years ago, there was a guy named Kobe Bryant who sought to do something similar to what MJ did, and he got pretty close to matching it. Well, that was a bomb from Edwards, showing off that deep range.
And it's Irving missing. And Virginia Beach with possession. Pass to Westbrook. And Virginia Beach another three.
And he wastes no time coming out of the break.
That's exactly what they want. Get him into the offensive flow right away and then keep it going.
Now here's Irving. To halt the run. Hits the trifecta. Irving's got 5.
How about Irving stretching out the defense, making the most of a rare trip behind the arc?
And Edwards puts up a deep three. Sinks it. What range from downtown.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor space.
And you know what? It's all about the long distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
Home team foul. Julius Irving. First personal foul. First team foul.
Edwards for three. That one's off. His third miss out of 8 tries. And Brooklyn with possession here. Outside for Irving. And stolen by Edwards. Here's Malone. And he jams it home with authority.
He's so aggressive and confident inside. It's a real challenge trying to keep Malone out of the paint.
Irving attacking.
It's one thing to get outplayed, but when you're giving away possessions like this, it makes it even more tough.
Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. And stolen by Irving. Three-pointer Embiid. Kept alive. Right side Ingram. Pass to Embiid. Outside Ingram. Another shot. Ooh, good work defensively by Ingram. Virginia beats with the ball. Edwards for three. Drains the triple. Edwards has got 9 points in the quarter.
Boy, tonight just gives you a picture of the potential of Edwards. I mean, this guy is an electrifying scoring guard.
There's 57 seconds left to play in the third quarter here. 6 on the shot clock. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Boy, the potential Ingram has is exciting to think about. I mean, a versatile swing man who wants to keep getting better. Keep an eye on this young fella.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 out of 2 at the line. And here's Edwards outside. He can't get that one to fall.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
And it's blocked by Edwards.
Yeah, good anticipation helps Edwards see the shot forming. Then his speed gets him there for the block.
Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have passed. A nice shot by Duncan.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Now here's Edwards. He's got 17. Yep, that one goes. Edwards got 11 in the second half.
Yeah, you know, once Edwards flips that switch, now he stays fully engaged. His offensive arsenal is on full display.
Here's Irving. The rebound by Stoudemire. Right side Edwards. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
And just nails the three. Way to close the quarter.
Talk about lifting up a team and energizing them at the end of a quarter.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. Now here's Hardaway. Shoots over Curry. Hardaway, no good. Now Curry. Launches a three. Knocks down the long J.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and polish.
And Brooklyn with possession here. The three ball. Another miss by Hardaway.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
The three from Curry. And Virginia Beach another three.
This is exactly the kind of unique range that Curry has. I mean, as soon as he crosses half court, you got to get up on him.
And that's a foul called on Stephen Curry. That's foul number 2 for him.
Team foul.
Brooklyn with the ball. Left side, Hardaway. Offensive board.
Away team foul. Team Bunker. Second personal foul. Team second.
We've gone about a minute and a half into this fourth quarter.
Well done on the glass. Gets himself in position where he can use his size.
And a deep three from Curry. Roy pulls it in.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
Here's Reed. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
A 6'6" creator, smooth as they come. Roy is kind of a point forward, doesn't have a defined position. All he is a baller who makes plays.
And a deep three from Curry. That won't go either for Curry. And Brooklyn with possession here. Over to the left wing. Here's Roy. The three-pointer off the mark.
And lockdown defense against one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Whew.
From the wing. Kicks it out to Hardaway. Misses the three.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
Here's Roy. Brooklyn, no good that time either.
Very surprising that he came away empty there, especially given room to operate.
Curry from deep three-point land. And another miss by Virginia Beach. 1:02 left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. To the inside. Mikan. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
And Hardaway, Penny Hardaway, boy, what a terrific passer he is. Great floor awareness and does an excellent job finding the open man.
Drives to the hoop.
It's nice they found their rhythm here, but the clock is just not their friend.
Now they're playing with urgency. They could have done it much earlier before the game was out of reach.
Here's Hill. And a two-handed jam.
With two hands on the rock, he powers it through.
Totally in control, protecting the ball the whole way.
And he should be. I mean, remove all doubt. Get it down hard and simply.
And Virginia Beach making a change here. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock. Knocks it loose. Outside Curry. Back to Embiid. Hill for three. Brooklyn pulls it in. George for three. Nails it. And so it's Virginia Beach with the W. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, B.A. It was in enemy territory, but they controlled the game and took the crowd completely out of it.